In this video, we'll show you 11 food challenges so extreme, they're almost impossible. From record-breaking donuts to golden ice cream sundaes, these celebrities push the limits in ways you've never seen before. Number 5 will blow your mind. These people inspire us with their fearless dedication and passion, showing us that the world of food challenges is more than just eating. It's about pushing boundaries. Let's start. For number 11, we have Googa Foods. In this crazy culinary experiment, Googa takes 3 of the world's most popular burgers and transforms them into compound butters to pair with premium steaks. Who better to try these insane idea than Jimmy? Mr. Beast! Googa starts off by selecting 3 burgers: the Beast Burger, McDonald's Big Mac, and the Burger King Whopper. Each burger goes through the same process blended with butter to create a unique compound butter that's packed with flavors from the original burger. Googa creates 3 different butters, but here's where things get interesting. Googa puts in the fire
ribeye and New York strip steaks,
each topped with one of the custom burger butters. The goal? To see which burger turned butter complements the steak the best. Jimmy tries each steak, giving his candid reactions as the flavors hit. While the Beast Burger butter is the crowd favorite for its rich, meaty flavor, the Big Mac butter with its distinctive hint of lettuce splits the opinions. And, of course, Googa throws in some signature steak-loaded fries for good measure because why not? In the end, it's clear that turning burgers into butter is a wild success, with the Beast butter winning over Mr. Beast himself. But if you thought that was wild, brace yourself because these 2 are about to take things to a whole new level. Because this isn't just any cooking challenge. This is Gordon Ramsay and Nick DiGiovanni going for the Guinness World Record for the largest beef Wellington ever made. For those who followed Gordon's career, the Wellington is his signature dish, and fans know that he's a perfectionist when it comes to executing it. The challenge begins with Nick assembling his team, called the Steak Avengers, and Gordon giving them his famously blunt advice: don't F it up. From the beginning, it's clear that precision is key. Every detail matters, from the delicate slicing of the imported prosciutto to the careful application of the duxelle, a rich mushroom mixture. And then there's the meat glue, an enzyme so strong that Max and Googa have to wear gas masks to avoid the risk of gluing their lungs together. But as in any great challenge, things take a dramatic turn. In the middle of the night, Nick discovers that the sous vide bath has failed, leaving the Wellington undercooked. For fans watching, it's a nail-biting moment. Will they be able to save the dish in time for it to bake to perfection? Nick scrambles to fix the problem, and finally, with time running out, they manage to get the Wellington into the oven. The final reveal is the moment everyone has been waiting for. As the golden brown crust emerges from the oven, the team holds their breath. Is it cooked perfectly inside? Gordon slices through the flaky pastry, revealing a perfectly medium-rare beef Wellington. And the best part, they did it! At 25.76 kilograms, they've broken the Guinness World Record. If you think that was great, wait till you see the next one. The culinary heavyweight binging with Bebish receives Matty Matheson and Alvin Kalin at his kitchen to create the ultimate version of the iconic Krabby Patty from SpongeBob SquarePants. The challenge: recreate the fictional burger while adding their own chef's twist. Matty brings his signature boldness to the table with a shrimp-based Krabby Patty. His unique twist includes blitzed shrimp and pork fat, forming a juicy patty that's then topped with a spicy cilantro slaw and a kick of bird's eye chilies. Known for his wild cooking style, Matty's not holding back on flavors, even jokingly packing in extra cilantro, knowing Bebish isn't a fan. The result is a crispy, flavorful shrimp patty that screams Matty Matheson. Meanwhile, Alvin Kalin stays true to his meticulous style by creating a beef-based Krabby Patty, but with under-the-sea inspiration. He uses a dashi-infused brown butter to cook it, then serve it with mayo and wakame salad. Alvin Kalin approach is very precise, blending oceanic ingredients into a burger that's a perfect homage to the Krabby Patty's mysterious allure. The competition is fierce as both chefs present their masterpieces. Matty's shrimp burger delivers on crunch and spice, while Alvin's burger is rich, savory, and complex. With binging with Bebish as the judge, only one can win the coveted golden spatula. And after careful consideration, Matty takes the prize, with his bold and inventive flavors stealing the show. Number 8. When you think of cooking challenges, Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg might not be the first duo that comes to mind. But this unlikely pair has taken the kitchen by storm with some of the most entertaining and hilarious cooking battles on TV. Their chemistry first sparked in a light-hearted brownie-making competition on The Martha Stewart Show. Snoop brought his signature humor, joking about baking brownies at 420 degrees, while Martha kept the challenge serious and focused. This was just the beginning of what would become a friendly rivalry in the kitchen. Things heated up with their hit show, Martha and Snoop's Potluck Dinner Party, where the two faced off in themed cooking challenges with celebrity guests by their sides. The set was divided into two distinct kitchens, Martha's sleek and spotless white kitchen, and Snoop's flashy purple setup. Each episode featured a head-to-head battle as the two competed to impress guest judges and, of course, outdo each other. Their competitive dynamic reached its peak during the third season of the show. Whether it was preparing the perfect steak or creating a classic American dish, the stakes were high and the laughter was non-stop. Snoop's relaxed, improvisational style often clashed with Martha's precise and meticulous approach, making for some of the most entertaining kitchen challenges on TV. After the unique chemistry between those two, we dive into a pretty ambitious challenge. Number 7. In this epic kitchen test, Max the Meat Guy set out to challenge every major YouTube chef, and the results were nothing short of spectacular. From recreating viral recipes to crafting intricate dishes, this showdown pushed Max to his limits. He kicked off the challenge by recreating Joshua Weissman's viral Popeyes chicken sandwich with a homemade twist that included black garlic and an intense buttermilk brine. Max didn't stop there. He went on to tackle Malcolm Reed's tomahawk ribeye, creating a massive, perfectly seasoned steak on the grill. Each chef brought their own flair to the challenge, but Max's taste test determined which dish stood supreme. For this next extreme food challenge, Nick DiGiovanni gets his culinary tasks dictated by some of the biggest YouTubers. And trust us, these aren't your average cooking challenges. From crafting the world's largest pizza slice, to creating a homemade Mr. Beast chocolate bar, to carving Gordon Ramsay's face into a watermelon, these challenges push the boundaries of what's possible in a kitchen. Nick starts with a challenge from Iraq to recreate the world's largest pizza slice, stretching out 10 pounds of dough and making a slice so big it feeds 64. If that wasn't extreme enough, next up is Mr. Beast, who dares Nick to make a Feastables chocolate bar from scratch, a process that usually takes over a week. Nick tries to pull it off in 24 hours. Things escalate even further when Uncle Roger challenges Nick to make egg-fried rice blindfolded, a task that could easily go wrong. And to top it off, FaZe Rug wants Nick to make and eat the world's spiciest chicken wings, pushing the Scoville scale to a mind-numbing 10 million units. With each challenge, Nick's culinary skills and tolerance for heat are pushed to the limit. In the end, he pulled it like always as a king. Even after that, next is one thing we promised. Here is number 5, be prepared. Eric the Electric tackles the colossal daily diet of Walter Hudson, once known as the world's heaviest man. The challenge begins at sunrise with a breakfast so immense it might make even the most voracious eater balk. Walter's first meal of the day included 12 eggs, a pound of bacon, 32 sausages, an entire loaf of bread slathered in grape jelly, and a pot of coffee. Eric sets the stage in his kitchen. With the clock ticking, he dives into the meal. Each bite is narrated with a mix of humor and disbelief at the sheer volume of food. Eric's expressions fluctuate between enjoyment of the delicious flavors and the growing realization of just how much more there is to eat. As Eric works his way through the breakfast, he shares facts about Walter Hudson's life and his own strategies for managing such a massive meal. The segment is not only a test of Eric's eating abilities, but also a tribute to the extraordinary daily life of Walter Hudson. This epic breakfast sets the tone for the day, as Eric prepares for the snacks, lunch, dinner, and additional challenges that lie ahead, each revealed with a dramatic flair that promises viewers more unbelievable eating feats. Number 4. FV Family took on a wild 24-hour food challenge, where each family member could only eat foods of one color.
Sean originally picked white, but by the time they got to the store, he had already shifted to yellow. Dad drew pink and wasn't thrilled but tried to make it work. Mike, excited to get blue, eagerly started planning. Mike was excited, but as you'll see, he quickly began bending the rules. Chase, who got brown, accepted it without much fuss, while Mom confidently embraced orange and stuck with it. At the store, they all worked together to fill their carts. Sean, having settled on yellow, focused on yellow foods like bananas, yellow Cheerios, and snacks. Dad picked up pink grapefruit, shrimp, and pink food dye to give himself more options. Mike grabbed blueberry Cheerios, blue drinks, and candy. Mike also planned to use food dye to help cheat. Chase, sticking to brown, while Mom loaded up on orange foods like oranges, sweet potatoes, and pumpkin sauce. By breakfast, it was clear Sean had fully committed to yellow. He started the day by picking out the yellow Cheerios and eating bananas. Dad kept to his pink foods with pink grapefruit and pink-dyed scrambled eggs. Mike started off with blueberry Cheerios and blue Gatorade. Chase kept it simple with brown Nutella and cereal, while Mom embraced her orange foods, starting the day with oranges and an orange smoothie. Lunchtime brought more challenges. Sean stayed with yellow foods, eating yellow eggs and snacks. But Mike leaned into his cheating, using blue dye on just about everything. This eventually led to him getting kicked out of the house temporarily, of course, because he was breaking the rules too much. Chase stayed loyal to his brown foods, while Mom whipped up an orange lunch with chickpea rotini and pumpkin sauce. By dinner time, the challenge was in full swing. Dad grilled pink shrimp and, yes, he kept using that pink food dye. Mike, after being allowed back into the house, still bent the rules with his blue food, though he toned it down a bit. Chase kept it going with his brown Nutella and crackers, while Mom stayed strong with orange chicken and butternut squash. Throughout the day, the family constantly called each other out for cheating. But it was Mike who earned the title of biggest cheater, thanks to his excessive use of blue food dye. Despite all the rule bending, everyone finished the challenge. So, who do you think stuck to their color the best? And do you agree that Mike was the biggest cheater? Let us know in the comments.
For challenge number 3, we've got the royalty family diving into a wild 24-hour food experiment, eating nothing but gas station food. You heard that right, an entire day fueled by whatever they could grab from gas station shelves. Farron was beyond excited to kick things off, while Andrea and Ollie were less than thrilled but ready to roll with it. Their first stop, a tiny gas station with slim pickings. Snacks like tacos, pepperoni pizza crackers, and Gatorade made their way into the cart. Not exactly gourmet, but hey, rules are rules. After finishing round 1, they hit a bigger gas station, where Andrea finally scored her much-needed coffee, and Farron got to work making flamin' hot Cheetos mac and cheese in the microwave. They sat outside, chowing down on their finds and even surprising themselves with how good it all tasted. Then came a twist at stop 3. Ollie challenged them to find the healthiest gas station snacks. Pistachios and a tacos-flavored Slim Jim made the cut, though the healthy part was up for debate. The final stop was 7-Eleven, and this time, they had 3 minutes to grab whatever they wanted. Farron sprinted for slushies, hot dogs, and chips, a gas station feast fit for a king. By the end, Farron declared the challenge a massive win, proving that even a day of gas station food can turn into an unforgettable family adventure. Now, we've got Nick and Linda creating the world's largest donut to break the Guinness World Record. It all started with the search for the perfect donut to replicate. From classic cake donuts to Nick's favorite butternut, the debate got heated. After some serious back and forth, they settled on a fan favorite, the iconic pink frosted, Homer Simpson-style donut. But this wasn't just a regular donut. They had a plan to turn it into something truly insane, a donut cake. With their vision set, they headed to a bakery, equipped with a Linda-sized bowl and a colossal mixer. They whipped up an enormous batch of Grandma's famous chocolate cake, complete with 5 pounds of sour cream and a hefty splash of hot coffee to boost the chocolate flavor. This wasn't just baking, it was baking on a whole new level. Then came the real challenge, assembling the monster. The donut would be equivalent to 1,500 regular donuts, and they only had 8 hours to complete it. No pressure, right? Every layer had to be perfectly stacked, frosted, and chilled. And let's not forget, Guinness adjudicator Brittany and health inspector Dennis were keeping a close eye, ready to disqualify them if they didn't meet the mark. As the hours ticked by, the donut began to take shape. They carved it down, creating that signature donut look, while making sure it didn't collapse under its own weight. Every cut was crucial. They even filled the cracks with a mix of cake and frosting, basically edible Play-Doh, to make it look flawless. Time was running out, but Nick and Linda didn't let the pressure break them. The finishing touch? Fondant and an airbrush to give the donut the perfect golden brown color. followed by a mouth-watering glaze that poured over the top, creating the most satisfying sight you can imagine. Sprinkles made from fondant, of course, were the final detail that brought the whole creation together. And then, the moment of truth. After weighing it in at 225.9 pounds, Brittany made it official, a brand new Guinness World Record. The donut was not just a giant hit, it was a record-breaking masterpiece, soon to be featured in the 2024 Guinness World Records book. Nick and Linda celebrated their sweet victory, but they left us with one final question. What record should they break next? We've arrived at the #1 spot, and for a list this epic, it could only be Mr. Beast who takes the crown. And when we talk about this particular challenge, it's like something straight out of a dream, or more accurately, out of a millionaire's dessert fantasy. In this wild and extravagant adventure, Mr. Beast and his friends set out to consume a $100,000 golden ice cream sundae. Yep, that's right, $100,000 for a single ice cream. But wait, how does ice cream get that expensive? It's not just about the price tag. This was no ordinary dessert. This was a work of art, an edible masterpiece crafted from the rarest and most luxurious ingredients you can imagine. Mr. Beast didn't just order from a menu, he created an experience. From strawberries flown in first class from Japan to ice cream made with $500 chocolate bars, every single element screamed luxury. But it doesn't stop there. You see, the strawberries were dipped in 99-year-old grape juice that cost more than most people's annual rent, a whopping $20,000 a bottle. Just one spoonful of this stuff was a $75 bite of fruity extravagance. And then, of course, there was the candied peaches, each one costing $500. Yes, that's for just a single peach. And the wild huckleberry sauce. Each spoonful came with a $50 price tag. But the biggest kicker might have been the caramel sauce, a decadent concoction made from 50-year-old apple juice that alone cost $45,000. The moment of truth came when his team started eating this towering sundae, and their reactions said it all: pure amazement. Every bite was met with awe and disbelief at just how incredible something so simple, like ice cream, could taste when you're eating ingredients that cost as much as a luxury car. But here's where the hero moment truly lands. Mr. Beast isn't just about luxury, he's about giving back. While this sundae might have been a wild splurge, it was done with purpose. Challenges like this bring in millions of viewers, allowing him to turn around and donate huge amounts of money and resources to people in need. He uses moments like these to build the financial means to give away even more in future videos. And so, the $100,000 ice cream sundae isn't just a flex of wealth. It's a step toward a bigger goal, and that's what truly makes Mr. Beast the hero of this story. In this journey, Mr. Beast set a new bar for extreme food challenges, but more than that, he continued to prove that even the wildest ideas can make a difference. So if you're wondering how far someone will go for an ice cream sundae, now you know. And in typical Mr. Beast fashion, this was more than just about dessert. It was about turning the impossible into reality. And there you have it, the wildest, most jaw-dropping food challenges on the planet. From golden ice cream sundaes to color-coded meals, these creators took things to the next level. But if you thought this list was crazy, just wait until you see the most insane burgers ever made. Click here to dive.